Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's see what do we have, Virgo? Okay. I hope everybody is doing well. We have a lot of holidays going on this next few days. There's Ramadan is happening, and Passover has begun, and Easter is this weekend. So as I am recording this, there's a lot of magic in the world happening. And a lot of people in their grace, and that's always a beautiful thing. You can hear my cats. I let them in the room. They're scratching and eating, and so that's what you're gonna be hearing, unfortunately. Or maybe you like hearing it, I don't know. Okay, here we go. So I want to start, actually, before we even look at any of the images, I want to talk about this card. Okay, so we have the Princess of Discs, and she is very beautiful. This is one of my favorite cards in the Thoth deck, actually. And this is an Earth on Earth energy. So this is that beautiful kind of prima materia, the fertile soil. This is an archetype that kind of, she has access to all of the elements that are expressed throughout the tarot, and she brings them together and has the ability to birth anew, right? To begin again, kind of that last point before everything goes back into the gestation and the rebirth. Okay, so this is a card that is very much about wisdom, kind of that very natural, instinctual thing that just kind of drives us towards whatever it is that we need to do, whatever it is that we need to survive, and to not only survive, to thrive, to evolve. And so I think that this, when I pulled this card, I thought, okay, I'm already happy about this one. Not only that, it's for Virgo, so it's really that deep, deep earth energy. But I really thought, okay, I'm going to probably be reading for somebody who really is kind of in a role within their life. In some way, they are kind of an educator, or somebody who people go to for advice. It could be like counselor, psychotherapist, some kind of person that, and I'm thinking, immediately I thought of like a medicine woman, or somebody who, I don't want to say informally, but somebody who is kind of more on the fringe of exploration of like divine knowledge. And this could be, you know, a holy person or somebody who works within a religious system. And though, you know, that's not exactly somebody on the fringe of society necessarily, but they are, you know, quite a minority in the world now anyways. You know, not a lot of people go into a field that is entirely you know, based in their religion or philosophy or this kind of counseling and leading people through their spiritual journeys. Okay, so you know, I'm seeing right here, we have this beautiful figure, and there's kind of a taller figure reaching down to this smaller figure. So I really think that maybe you are a person who maybe is a teacher of some kind or a caretaker of younger people. You could be like an older sibling, a parent, somebody who just in your line of work or whatever you do in your maybe volunteering or within your church or whatever it is that brings you together with children, you are somebody who is very much a light in their lives. You have just an innate ability to speak to children, to listen to children, and that's a big thing, okay? Being able to educate children is very special, but also being able to listen to them on a very human level, that is something that is not seen in a lot of people. So I think that you really have this kind of glorious superhero talent for kind of meeting them eye to eye and really humanizing the interactions and experiences that they have with you. And if you kind of think back in your life to your childhood, to your teenage years, there are very few people that probably really stand out as those who took the time to know you as a person, to hear you, to guide you, give you their time and maybe some advice to help foster your interests, maybe share their interests with you. That really kind of shaped, you know, the probably the rest of your life in some ways. So I think that if you know it or not, that you yourself are this person for probably a few people at least. I think that there are people who are maybe not children anymore, that look back on their interactions with you over the years and think that you are a person that really helped them figure themselves out, figure out a way forward, figured out how to apply their passion to whatever it is they were interested in. I think that you also have a great love for learning, not just as a career, but just in life. You're a person that continues to learn every single day, and it's not something you get to a point, you get a certificate, and then you're not, you know, you're a very, very learning centric lifestyle. Okay. And I think that you have passed that on to others for sure. That feeling that we don't graduate out of learning. If you've gone through college or you know, gotten a doctorate or whatever. You never stop. You never stop learning about things. Okay, so this is, again, something that's so special because not everybody lives their life that way. I mean, I think a lot of people do not, really. And so, kind of want to look at this. And I'm seeing a horse, okay, and with the head back this way. Also, this kind of little, it looks like an angel, kind of with its wing. It looks like it's kind of flying. And what comes to mind seeing the horse, not only are you like just totally married to your path of helping others, and probably giving so much of yourself financially, physically, losing a lot of sleep, really just, you know, running yourself ragged sometimes. And, you know, just getting to points of burnout, really. I mean, and that makes sense. I mean, it's just, if you are a teacher or a parent or anybody that is taking care of, you know, one or more children, you know, it's a lot. I don't even know how people go into teaching, honestly. It's such a noble pursuit. Especially young children, and then like older kids when they're kind of checked out and, you know, kind of becoming their own adults and stuff. That I can imagine that's very difficult. But I'm seeing the horse, and what's coming to mind is that you're really like just so full of this like force to move forward, keep moving, keep going, but also that you are very much a champion of your students, of the children that have been in your life. I think that I get the impression that you have the ability to really connect with specifically children that are coming from probably more difficult circumstances, children that are young adults, children, kids, that are feeling fairly alienated, singled out, kind of left out. They might be a little bit different than their peers. And you really, and I'm seeing this check mark here, you really check in on these kids. You really go out of your way to make sure that they're feeling heard and seen, and that, you know, I think you're very affirming, and you know, maybe in some cases one of the only people who has been that for these kids, for these people, for these little human beings. And also just a safe person. You have like a safe space, a safe contact, somebody who will believe them, somebody who will look for the signs that they might need to be checked on a little bit more. But you do it in such a way that is validating, but also super open-minded, and there's not really any hint of judgment or I'm sorry. That's the cat. There's a lot of empathy. You take great care with how you speak to them, listen to them, approach them with that care. And all of these things are, I mean, it is such a delicate balance, right? Kids are such miraculous little, I mean, it's just amazing to watch how much they change so quickly, how intelligent they are, you know, whatever their capacities are, but they all have that spark, you know, that thing in them. No matter what their differences are, there's just so much potential for a life to be lived, right? And I think that the thing that keeps you going is knowing that that there is what I just expressed, but also that, you know, the way the world is now, a lot of people get overlooked, left behind. There's not always, and I'm seeing this little heart here, and this, it looks like a person kind of holding this little deer. And it, to me, there's so much the innocence, right? And there's just, in this one here, excuse me, a lot of figures in this bowl of, kind of being held. And in this one, kind of swimming towards this being here. This little person, they look kind of like they're flying up towards this person, right? And with their arms out, like they need to be held. Lift me up. And I just get the sensation that you just are such a, like truly a light in people's life. I know people say that about others. Yeah, she was a light in my life. She was a light in everybody's life. Or he was, you know, he came into a room and he lit it up. But I do believe that this is truly a feeling that people have, that you have something about you that is so calming and opening and open and vulnerable, but also confident and guiding and you know, sometimes you meet people in life that seem like they really know what they're doing, but not in a way that seems like kind of scammy or like, you know, in the ego, right? Prideful, but some people, they're just so earthy, right? So whole seeming, and understanding and precise with their words and their, you know, cadence and just how they interact with people, the way that they interact, the energy that they give. And it just is so it's like being embraced. And I feel that you really have this. I probably think that people come back to you to let you know. But I also get the impression that you're getting to a point in your life where, and I'm looking at this one because it was the two people, but it also looks like a heart. Okay. And it looks like a person climbing to the second peak of the heart. And I get the impression that you're getting to a point in this journey as a teacher or any of the other kind of possible expressions of this kind of teaching energy. Maybe not an actual teacher in a classroom, but a teacher in life nonetheless, right? But you're getting to a point in your career as a teacher, in your existence as a teacher, where you have been, you know, like I said, through some burnout periods, if you were actually literally a teacher in these last years with everything the way that they've been, I can't imagine how you've gone through it, because it's been so, so many changes, constant changes, and, and just changes in the students as well because of their circumstances due to the way the world has become and some of the big events that we've all gone through together. And so, and also just the systems in place to support teachers and students and stuff. It just seems like, an SH show, if you know what I mean. It seems pretty wild. So I think that you have kind of gotten to a place, which I'm sure a lot of people who are in teaching or some kind of position where you are educating people, that you don't really know if this is for you anymore. If this is where you see yourself, if there's longevity in this. I think that not too long ago, you thought this would be the thing for the rest of your life, right? But I think that you are feeling quite weary. And I think the real message that is coming through to me for you here is less about everything we talked about. I mean, this is kind of sets it up, but the real message coming through is that you've helped a lot of people, even if you don't necessarily know that or realize how much you have helped people. And no matter how long you continue on the path that you're on, of course you will continue to help more people. But if you do or if you don't, I think you're always going to have the capacity and the will to help others and to really, just help form beings into those who will be curious and impassioned and, explorers and, somewhat, I don't know that molding somebody into a productive person is necessarily something that's super important, but somebody that wants to do things, that wants to experience life, that wants to also help others. And so you will continue to do this no matter what you do. Okay. But also what's really important is that, you are kind of a miracle. You're a miracle. And it's okay to decide to walk away from what you're doing. And if it has become a big part of your identity, that makes sense. It also makes sense that for your own well-being that you walk away from it if that is what is going to help you. And maybe re-envision how you do this. Maybe, find alternative ways of teaching, or maybe just going into something completely different. I think it's important, in my opinion, that we live different lives throughout our life. I think that, sometimes it's like, you look back and it's like you've lived you're like a whole other person in some ways, right? The whole configuration has changed. And I don't, I hope for everybody that hears me that you're able to do that at least once or twice. If that means picking up and moving and starting a different career, or going and living on a different continent, or I don't know. There's just having different relationships and just living as much life as you can. That's my biggest wish for any and all people, is being able to meet their basic needs, right? Hopefully be a little bit comfortable, but also to live and live a lot, live and love a lot, love, and love in all kinds of different ways. And so I think the thing that really is coming through for me for you today is just, if this is kind of a thing that you've been thinking about, this is just one more thing from the universe that is kind of reaffirming that, whatever you choose is going to be the right thing. Okay. And it will be difficult if you choose to walk away. It might be very difficult to stay, but, listen to your intuition. And, I guess from my heart to you, thank you for being somebody who takes care of our children and teaches other people just how to be a person, and to learn some things along the way, some academic things, maybe, life things, skill sets, all that kind of stuff. And also just, listening. That's the big thing too that stands out to me, is that I really feel like you're a person that can listen to these people, these younger people, and maybe people who have some differences, and are just really overlooked by society, overlooked by their community. Okay, and it makes sense to me here. We have two separate paths, and they're kind of both very emotional in these groupings of T here. And, but I also see a good balance in the middle. And I really think that, there's a lot of pros and cons to either way, that you go. And I can't tell you which way to go. I wouldn't begin to even, think that I should or could. But, I think this is just kind of a message to ease your mind a little bit. So, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me, Virgo, and my fellow solar Virgos, and Virgos of all placements. I appreciate you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps me get into the algorithm and reach more people, grow the channel, and all that good stuff. Excuse me. And if you are interested in subscribing, please do that, so when the next videos for you are coming along. You can hit that little bell thing. It'll notify you when each video comes out. Supposedly, I guess. I guess it doesn't work sometimes. I don't know. But so we're on a schedule of I'm reading two signs a day, 6 days a week. So that means all the signs get read once a week. The next Virgo will be out in 1 week. And in between now and then, you can watch your other placements. solar, lunar, ascendant / rising. And I know people like to watch their Venuses for like kind of love stuff. And I think that's, yeah, love and money, right? Other than that, if you would want to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I always appreciate every comment, usually such nice things and just beautiful energy, and it really keeps me going and motivated to keep doing these videos and readings and stuff. So I hear my cats crashing around back there, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you again. We will talk very soon, in 7 days, and in the meantime, take care of yourself.